Greetings, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you. My great love and gratitude to you.
And our unconditional love to you as well.
So I have 3 questions. My highest excitement is breathwork.
Breathwork.
Yes.
Yes, all right. Good thing that you're breathing then.
Absolutely. Thank you. Just checking.
Yes.
So through your teachings and my excitement, intuition, I have created a breathwork permission slip.
All right.
And through this, people have had many profound experiences.
Thank you for sharing your gift.
Okay. And what I want to ask is, many times people have had experiences with ETs during this session.
Yes, because you're putting them in the proper state in order to perceive these things.
What I want to ask is, who are these beings?
Oh, I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
That is personal for every single person that experiences it, and we cannot give you a rundown of the entire group that you are dealing with. But everyone perceives who they need to perceive. I will tell you this, more often than not, what they're encountering is another version of themselves in that civilization.
Okay. That answered another question. I wanted to ask, was it connected with me or the person individually?
It can be both.
Okay.
It can be either. It depends, and again, you have to take it on a case-by-case basis.
Will you come visit someday?
Of course I will.
Thank you. Okay.
Does that help?
It does.
All right.
My second question is, earlier this year I had a channeling experience myself.
Yes.
Physically, it was very demanding.
At first it can be if you're not used to the energy, but you can get used to it.
Okay. There was a name and a feeling that came through quite strongly.
Which was what?
Ananda.
All right.
And I happened to be sitting in the audience 2 seats away from a lady called Ananda.
All right. So you're getting your reinforcement, your synchronous reinforcement that what you're picking up on is accurate for you.
Yes. And what I'd like to ask is, because since then I've stopped, because I think I've blocked that.
Why?
Because of the physical discomfort and maybe some doubts.
Well, I understand that it may be challenging at first, but it will not in any way, shape, or form get less if you stop. Okay. So if you want it to alleviate, you actually need to keep going so that you can get used to the energy. More resistance can, not will, but can make it worse. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
So start going with the flow and trusting it. It will alleviate. You'll match the frequency. It will be more supportive. Yes?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
My last question is, I am from Ireland.
All right.
And I want to ask you about synchronicity between your Essassani symbols of the pyramid and the spiral.
Yes. It's not a pyramid, it's a triskelion.
Okay. So
it's similar to the idea of the triskelion that exists on the Isle of Man.
Okay.
Does that help you?
It does. It does. What about Newgrange in Ireland?
What are you asking?
The triple spiral?
Yes.
Is there a connection to
There is.
people?
And the connection has more to do with another being that is another offshoot of the channel, another future self that has already been mentioned that we refer to as Willa.
Okay.
A female hybrid 700 years in your future who lives in the Ireland area. Near what then is called Port Dublin, because the sea levels have risen.
Okay. One other question was, there is in Ireland a rock formation. This was another synchronicity with your symbols of the hexagon.
Yes.
So there's a rock formation called the Giant's Causeway.
Yes, yes, yes. Basaltic. Yes?
Yes. Is there any connection with that, or is that purely a natural occurrence?
It's a natural phenomenology because it crystallizes in that form.
Okay.
Yes?
Okay. Okay.
Does that help you?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right. Then, Erin Gobra.
Slan.
Nania.
Ahoj Bashare.
And to you, good day.
Hello, Bashar.
Začnu trošku jiným tématem, který tady nikdo neotevřel.
Let me start with a topic that nobody has opened
Oh,
yet.
all right. How exciting.
A to je zajímavé, tak jo?
A to jsou moje slzy.
And the topic is my tears.
Your tears.
Tvoje slzy?
Ano. Narodilo se mi těžce postižený dítě. V naší rovině se tomu říká postižený. Vím, že u vás to tak není.
I have a child that is disabled.
S nadšením.
I know that in your reality you wouldn't call it that way, but in our reality we call it that way.
Alespoň jsem to tak cítila a cítím. Jsem se pustila do péče.
With the strongest excitement I could generate, I started to look after the child.
Yes.
Prošla jsem s ní 25 let.
We have gone together, we have been together for 25 years.
Yes.
Dostala jsem se s ní na dno.
I reached my very bottom with her.
Bottom? What do you mean?
Co myslíte tím?
Are you
Dnem
exhausted? Frustrated?
Tak samozřejmě
Well, of course.
hraje tam roli ego, taky, které si přálo uzdravení.
My ego plays an important role because I wished that she was healed.
But what are you learning about yourself by being in a relationship with this child?
Přijímat věci tak, jak jsou.
To accept things as they are.
And
Přijímat sebe.
Accept myself.
Učit se nějaký svobodě.
To learn some freedom.
Bohužel se mi po 25 letech podařilo se s ní velice úzce emočně spojit.
Unfortunately, after 25 years together, I found myself being bound emotionally very strongly with her.
why is that unfortunate?
Protože je to určitá psychická závislost a já se velice těžce od ní odlučuju.
Because I feel psychologically attached to her too much, and it's hard for me to detach from her.
Why is it difficult?
Strach.
Fear.
Of what?
Čeho? Strach.
Aby se jí něco nestalo.
I'm worried that something bad could happen to her.
Are you the only person that can help?
Bylo to doposavat tak.
It has been this way so far.
Can you not allow yourself to expand your sense of freedom and attract into your lives other people who can also be of assistance?
Já jsem se jakoby snažila, ale
I tried, but
asi jsem se styděla.
maybe I feel guilty
Nebo jsem se obvinila.
or blame, or maybe I blamed myself.
Well, you don't have to blame yourself. The idea is to attract a family, to attract a village. Do you not have a saying that it takes a village to raise a child? Attract a village to be of assistance. You don't have to be guilty about that. You are attracting assistance and things will go better for everyone.
Já se o to teď snažím mentálně.
I'm mentally trying.
It's not about mentally trying.
Není to o tom.
You have to let go of the idea of blame.
No, mám prostě teďka jakoby na tom dně ty slzy a chci se zeptat, jestli je to dobře. Na tom dně.
Aha,
Pomyslným. A pláču.
I feel to be, I feel I have reached the very bottom and I keep crying.
You said that, but you're not letting go of blaming yourself.
A jak s tím obviněním
And how can I
naložit?
deal with the blame?
Does it serve you to blame yourself?
Ne, já jsem to dokonce ani dlouho nevěděla, že se obvinuju.
No, it doesn't. But the thing is, I wasn't even aware of the fact that I blame myself.
But now you are.
Já jsem totiž od malička byla trochu jiná.
I was always kind of different from my very young age.
Než i v mé rodině. Sourozenci kolem mě, všechny děti, všechny lidi.
I was different than my siblings, than other people in my family, the other people around me.
So what has this got to do with the circumstance?
Že jsem se hodně uzavřela.
That I closed myself.
Well, open yourself again.
No.
You're not attracting anyone else because you're closed.
Jsem se právě dostala do takové slepé uličky
I
a vidím to.
I can see that now, that I'm in dead end road.
Then start to live.
Tak
You need to start seeing the so-called disabled person as a strong spirit. And you need to use some of that strong spirit within yourself to attract what you need. You need to open up and live again.
Ona právě byla na tom od začátku špatně.
Her situation wasn't very good from the very start. From
I don't care. It doesn't matter. You can do it now.
A já jsem právě z těch očí vždycky četla tu sílu.
In her eyes I could read the strength.
Then use that reflection to find the strength in yourself and open up and attract what you need.
No právě o to teďka se začínám snažit, nebo snažit, dělám to.
This is what I'm trying to do now.
All right, but just do it. Just open up. Just let go of the blame, let go of all the negativity, and stop trying to do everything yourself.
Nevím přesně, kde ty lidi hledat.
I don't know where to find the people. I don't know where to look for the people.
You don't have to know that. You need to open up first, and then synchronicity will bring you the information. But you have to open up first, or the information can't come.
Rozumím.
I understand.
Then relax, let go, forgive yourself, stop blaming yourself. Let go of those negative beliefs.
Ty negativní myšlenky jsou tak silný.
The negative beliefs and thoughts are so strong.
Že mě
That's an illusion.
To je jenom
iluze.
Aha, illusion.
Že mě stáhnou.
That I feel they are dragging me down.
Again, listen carefully. Listen carefully. Negative beliefs will do everything to reinforce themselves, to make themselves seem difficult to change. That's an illusion, it's a trick, it's a lie. It's just what they do to perpetuate themselves. You have to see through that illusion. You have to know it's a lie.
Zeptám se dál.
Let me ask again.
Písemný channeling.
Written channeling.
Mi napsal.
Wrote me.
Že má ze mě vystoupit apartiše. Co to je?
That apartiše, which I have never heard of, is supposed to step out of me.
This is just a way of phrasing it. It's an old-fashioned way of phrasing it. It's just another way of saying you need to let go of all the negative beliefs that are not in alignment with your true frequency.
I see.
You need to be yourself, and you need to recognize when you are being lied to by a negative belief that's going to make you feel afraid to let it go. But the fear is just a trick. You need to know it's just a trick.
Teď došlo k obrovskému čištění plic, dcery.
My daughter's lungs are cleaning or are being cleaned.
A já jsem jí to musela vysávat.
And I had to vacuum it
ve fyzickém světě
in the physical world.
a nespala jsem už
And
5,5 měsíce.
for 5.5 months, I haven't slept.
Takže ty...
Stop.
Přestaň, počkej.
Stop connecting to what was. Start paying attention to what is now. Use these ideas to free yourself, open up, and attract what you need. Doesn't matter what went before. You can change. You can do it now. You can open up. You can attract what you need. Stop connecting to the past.
No, ještě se to děje.
I'm still unable to do so.
Then that's your choice, which means you believe you're getting something out of staying where you are.
Je to tak.
I see.
So,
It is the case, really.
yes, stop playing martyr. Otherwise, you are more disabled than the child.
Zeptám se, proč,
Let me ask,
když leží, cuká hlavou
why is she
dozadu?
flipping her hat? She's laying down and she's kind of...
Never mind.
To je úplně
Jedno.
Focus on what you need to do right now. Just focus on letting go of what's not working for you. When you say you're unable to do it, you are buying into another negative belief. Pay attention to what you're saying and catch yourself when you say those things, because they are indications of beliefs that aren't working for you, and they're not facts. They're just beliefs.
Ano.
Stay present. Open up. Attract what you need. You can do it. I know you can. I can see that you can. Let go of the things that don't work for you. Let in what will work for you. Relax.
Zeptám se,
Let me ask,
čemu se mám otevřít?
to whom shall I open? To what?
Yourself. Your
Sobě.
full self. Your higher mind. Your soul. Your spirit. All that is. Creation itself. Just relax into knowing you are equally supported with everyone else, and if you just relax into that, the flow of what you need will come to you. You're the one keeping it away.
Můžu se otevírat i tobě
Can
a
I even
mluvit s
open to
tebou?
you? Can I talk
Doma?
to you
You
while I'm at
have been
home?
talking to us. You can continue to talk to us, but understand that when you talk to us, you're actually speaking with your higher mind, and that's fine, and your higher mind can guide you. But you can use us as a permission slip. You can use us as an excuse to talk to your higher mind. Yes, that's fine.
Abych měla nějaký, jakoby, ne cíl, ale
I need to have a goal,
Spojení.
not a goal, but a connection.
You have a connection.
Ma-
There's never any disconnection. You need to know that. You need to stop pretending that you're not connected. That's
I
all you
see.
need to do.
They-
Does that help you?
já jsem proto tady stojím.
This is why I'm standing here.
All right. Then take what you have been given and apply it in your life. That's all you need to do right now.
Ano.
Yes.
Ještě se zeptám.
And one more thing to
No,
ask.
Ne?
that's enough.
Ne, to je vše.
Take what you have and apply it.
Ano. Děkuji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Děkuji.
Hello.
Nania.
Okay, so we have some questions. One of them is, how can the people of Europe participate in the 30 Days of Disclosure postcard experiment?
We have already described that to some degree in our opening monologue. You can, every single day, send a postcard to the different governments of your world saying that you would request disclosure in the most positive way. Send a postcard every single day for 90 days.
Okay, thank you. How does this affect anyone else when there is no others, only reflections of our state of being?
Again, you are connected to everyone, even though you're creating your own versions and reflections of them, doesn't mean you're not connected to them and not communicating on higher levels. It's still up to everyone to decide whether to match your vibration or not and share a similar reality. So everyone gets to make their own decision as to how to participate with you. But just because you're creating reflections of them doesn't mean you're not actually interacting with them.
So when you see another reflection of another person, and it's your version that you're connecting to and seeing,
Yes.
how does that relate to other versions of the person that the other person is actually experiencing of themselves that you're not seeing?
It relates only in the sense that you're seeing the version you need to see to reflect to you what it is you believe to be true at that moment.
So that same one being can be perceived by, an infinite number of people in a sense, and they will see
Something
the version
slightly different. Yes.
That's reflective of what their own
Sometimes something massively different. Just depends on what you need to see, what you need to create as a reflection of your interaction with that being.
So it's just a very holographic representation.
Completely.
So each individual is a holographic representation that you will perceive the version of that's related to whatever you're exploring or whatever is necessary for you to bring to the party for the other person.
Correct.
Okay. It's really neat how that works.
Yes, it is.
How can we use sound, like in chanting or singing? How do these things actually cause physical transformation?
Again, the idea is that everything is resonance, and when you hit certain harmonics that are representative of what you would call golden ratios, golden proportions, the underlying structure of consciousness in those terms, then you can align with those constructs in a more harmonious way when you create the harmonies that are representative of them. It can be a very powerful permission slip.
Okay. I know, and it's a lot of fun to listen to music. I know we as humans are really attracted to music, a lot of us, and you've talked about how the music that's created on your planet is actually quite simple from our perspective.
Yes.
But very rich from your perspective.
Yes.
How does that work?
We can hear overtones and other dimensions that you can't hear. Other harmonies that are out of the range of your perception.
And so does that actually speak to the idea that as we evolve and we expand, that it takes less and less to get more and more?
Yes. You become more efficient. You become more hyperconductive. As we often say, the greatest power requires the gentlest touch. So the more you live in the moment, the more everything is here, the more you have access to everything. It becomes effortless.
And a lot of people want to know, have you ever come to Earth before? And
Before what?
Before what?
Yes, before what?
Have you ever set foot on the planet?
I have never set physical foot on your planet.
So how do you go about visiting our planet at this point?
From my ship.
So you just either, how do you see us?
I can see in a variety of ways. My ship can absorb information that can be processed telepathically in my consciousness. I can extend my consciousness in a variety of ways through the channel's eyes to absorb what needs to be absorbed. I can extend into energy fields on your planet that touch into energy fields of all the individuals in a particular area, and I can absorb information that way and many other ways.
So you don't have like a big screen in your spaceship where you can watch us like a comedy show?
The big screen is in my head. And you are a very big comedy show.
Okay,
Interesting that you would applaud that.
well, it's nice to know we're good for something, huh?
Oh, you are good for everything.
There have been questions like about Germany, like, hot spots, vortexes, locations that
That's
are...
another subject for another time.
All right, we won't go there then. And how can we activate or reactivate more strands of the multidimensional DNA?
I believe you all know the formula already.
Oh, okay. But maybe people don't understand the whole thing about reactivating the DNA.
As you upgrade your frequency and your vibration, everything that then keys to those harmonics gets reactivated and turned on.
And the effect of those
Is
markers...
an acceleration of more expansion.
And so we become more sensitive to other energies
Yes.
and receive closer connection with our higher mind, get greater downloads of
Yes.
information that we require.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that happens when you follow your excitement.
Exactly. You expand your ability to act on more excitement and experience more excitement. You open up all the channels.
Okay.
Yes.
And I guess lastly, would you like to share something about yourself that perhaps we're not aware of?
Did you know that I will sometime sneak a peek through the eyes of cats? Because they can see interdimensionally and are open to the idea of harmonizing with many different extraterrestrial consciousness forms in such a way that they, while they look like they're just innocently walking around and looking at you and lying in the corner and sunbathing, may actually be extraterrestrial probes. This is why, in ancient times, cats were considered the familiars of those who practiced the concept of magic and wizardry, because it was instinctively understood that they were capable of bridging physical and non-physical reality and allowing beings from other levels to, in a sense, see through their eyes and learn things and communicate in various ways. Knowing this, we will suppose you will probably never look at your cat the same way again.
Oh my goodness. And if I remember correctly, you do a really nice purr yourself. Is that because you're so familiar with cats?
To some degree.
But that is an expression of your civilization also?
From time to time, we actually do have the ability to purr.
That's absolutely lovely.
What you don't know about that, though, is that's another form of communication that we have to a different life form that we're connected to that we haven't talked about before. And will not talk about now. But we'll give you that hint for the moment.
Okay.
And at this time, you have requested a meditation.
Yes. So we will take a 15-minute break, and then we will resume for the holotope meditation to allow you to crystallize all the information you have received today.
Then we will resume our transmission at that time. Take a short break.
More about many aspects of our culture as it relates to this concept of story. But at this time, in exchange for the gift that you are giving us in sharing these ideas of our story with you, we ask you now, how may we be of service in allowing you to share your stories with us?
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day. What's your story?
Well, before I get into my story, I want to say thank you very much for communicating with us. And I know I speak for everyone in saying we love you.
Our unconditional love to you as well. But that is not prior to your story. That's a part of your story.
Touché. I have a question. I wanted to know how we can support children in helping this planet progress and evolve.
As we have just discussed, this is very relevant. The idea is that more and more of what you call the education on your planet comes in the form of interactive storytelling. The more that you can dispense information that they need to be guided in life through the idea of allowing them to experience interactive stories, physically act them out, immerse them in actual interactive stories that the teachers have created, and let them live out those stories and face the challenges in those stories and actually come up with solutions to the challenges in an interactive, live way in those stories, the more they will learn. If you design the stories according to what interests them, what excites them. This is very key in terms of the idea of education and guidance for children on any planet in that sense, is that they be allowed to express what it is that excites them, what their story is, what format they need to hear the story in, so that the story can be told in a manner that they can understand, that they will resonate to. And in creating actual interactive stories that they can play out, which is why children play, by the way, then they will learn, they will problem solve, they will create solutions creatively that will allow them to incorporate all the knowledge that they need to guide them in their lives as they unfold and expand into what you call maturity or adulthood. Does that help you?
It does.
So what is your story relative to this?
Well, right now I work with them in an educational setting, in a
Oh,
school,
all right.
public school.
Yes.
And unfortunately, up until this time...
I beg your pardon.
Up until this time,
Yes.
the people who make the decisions have been more focused on money rather than the best interest.
And so
of-
what has that got to do with your ability to tell stories in the way that you prefer to? What's your story here? Are you telling yourself that you don't have the ability to do it in the way you prefer? Are you telling yourself that story? What story are you telling of yourself? I am telling a story of myself that says I am at the mercy of those that are not compatible with my story. That's the story I'm telling myself. I would prefer to tell myself another story, but I haven't done so yet. What story would you prefer to tell yourself?
I want to see the new system of education start to evolve, but
I beg your pardon?
it is evolving right now.
You want to be the new system.
Yes.
Because when you say, I want to see it, there is still some definition within your storytelling that says that's one step removed from your ability to actually be the story.
Right, because sometimes in the current system, one may feel restrained from being.
But that's only because you're telling yourself a restraining story. Tell yourself a story of freedom and creativity, and you will not experience restraint. You will allow yourself to attract into your story the opportunities, situations, circumstances, synchronistically, that will allow you, by using your imagination, to create your own way of telling, your own way of teaching, your own way of story construction, whatever excites you. Maybe you need to start your own school. Have you thought about that?
Somewhat.
Well, is that not part of your story, or can you not join a school that is more in keeping with the story that you would like to be telling?
It's possible.
Well, then why don't you? What story are you telling yourself that prevents you from telling the story you prefer?
That I need more clarity about what that school would look like.
That's why you have an imagination.
Yes, I agree.
Well, how are you going to teach children if you can't even teach yourself? Yes?
Yes.
Use your imagination to come up with what excites you and act on it to the best of your ability, knowing that you will attract what you need to allow you to fulfill that imagination. Don't put the expectation that the visualization that your physical mind has come up with must come out to fruition in exactly the way your physical mind has imagined. Use the visualization as a template, as a symbol, to create the feeling, the experience, the vibrational state of that story, of that reality, and let the higher mind bring you the elements that really need to be there to pluck the right chords in the story, so that the higher mind will bring you a story even grander than your physical mind has been capable of imagining. But use what the physical mind has been capable of imagining to simply get the ball rolling, to act as a template, to act as a symbol, to get you in the proper state of being, to allow the higher mind to deliver what needs to be delivered. Because remember, you cannot perceive what you're not the vibration of first. So get in the right vibration of being the storyteller you prefer to be, and the higher mind will tell you the story through your imagination conduit. That's what imagination is. It's the conduit of communication between your higher mind and your physical mind. And higher mind always communicates through that imaginary conduit in the form of story structure. Let it resonate within you. That's the visualization that you get. The representation of the visualization the physical mind conjures up is the representation of the story coming from the higher mind in story structure. So see the ideal story in your mind's eye. Behave like you see the version of you in that story behaving, and tell yourself that story. Make that story true for you. Make it your story. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is our story coming across to your story?
Yes.
Is this something that you feel bold enough to do?
Of course.
Thus then, is there any other impediment, challenge, or obstacle you've created in your story that you use to prevent yourself from moving ahead in that story?
I'll have to think about that.
Why?
Because it's not clear to me at this point.
Does it need to be?
I don't know.
The answer is no.
Okay.
You know why?
Tell me. Please.
Thank you. What? Tell you a story?
Yes, please.
All right. Remember that we have said, and this goes part and parcel with what we have said in our last transmission last night of your time, it is important to remember all the principles at once, for that will give you understanding. So the idea is that it is important for you now in your story to remember that excitement is a self-contained kit. It is the driving engine and the organizing principle. And therefore, you don't always need to know what it is that you may need to change right now. If you are willing to act on your excitement and tell yourself the story that is truly you, by simply moving forward in that excitement, by simply moving forward in that story, if there is anything you need to be aware of that needs changing, any challenge that you need to be aware of, any belief that you need to be aware of that requires your attention, moving forward in the story will bring you to that story point automatically, and you will then face it when that story point comes up. So you don't need to know it now, but you will find it on your journey if you move forward in your story. Make sense?
Yes,
Does that help streamline your story?
it does.
Anything else?
Just one last part to my question is there anything else I or we can do to help children in a one-to-one or small group setting you mentioned the storytelling and having them act it out and live it
Yes.
themselves.
Create a story, have them act it out, and find out from them what excites them so that you're telling them the story or letting them change the story in a manner that applies to what excites them for their story. This requires creativity and imagination on your part and their part, and working together to create the story that inspires them. Asking them questions. How would you solve this? How would you imagine the consequences of this action might play out? So they will understand the nature of action and consequence and experience and choice. Let them invent the story with you. You understand?
Yes.
Storytelling is not just from me to you. It is a co-creation. Invent the story together, even as these ideas, these exchanges, these interactions right now, as we have said, if you will remember, are creating a new third story. Not just our story, not just your story, a new story that contains us both. We're creating a new story together. That's what we're doing in these interactions. So with your children, create a new story together of what is possible. Teach them how to apply the idea of the story in their reality. Does that help?
Yes, it does.
Does that answer your question?
It does.
Do you have a new story now?
I know hesitation usually means no, but
Does your story contain the idea of hesitation?
at times,
All right. Let that be all right. But are you willing to move forward in your story? Do you have a better idea of how to do so now that we have had this story discussion?
yes, I do.
Does that help you then?
It does. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good day, Bashar.
And good day to you. What's your story?
Oh, my story. At least I know initially when I was at one of these the last event in San Francisco, I realized after the fact I had an expectation that I was going to get to, that I was going to
An
talk to you in
expectation
person.
of what?
That I was going to get to talk to you, ask a question in person, and then I didn't realize that until after the fact. And now coming here this time, I was like, all right, I'm just going to be here, just have fun,
Yes.
fly up here, just have a good time, and then
Bang.
yeah, what do you know? This was a wonderful surprise.
Thank you for containing surprise in your story. It's one of the most important story elements.
Yes, good point.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is a great idea using stories. I know it feels like I don't know how, but somehow it seems like this could be used to, at least for me to, in following my excitement, at least something that I would like to follow.
Really?
My
It
excitement.
seems
Yes.
that way to you, does
Yeah.
it? All right. How so?
Well, I mean, I know it feels like initially before I can move to do that, there's,
Before you can move, you're always moving.
well, at least my story right now is I've discovered some negative beliefs that
All right.
I kind of, I guess, forgot about or put on the back burner.
All right,
and they just
all right.
came up.
But that's the challenging
I know.
part of the story.
It's exciting.
How exciting,
I
yes.
know.
And so what are they? What's one of them at least?
that by following my excitement, that it seems like almost like this task that has been given.
Task.
Yeah.
Are you
that-
using that in a negative context?
No,
All right.
it sounds like an amazing.
All right. But I asked you for one of the negative beliefs that
Right,
you referred
negative
to.
beliefs that I would be wasting my time if
Wasting
it wasn't
your
really
time.
true.
Wasting your time.
Yeah,
Wasting your time.
you know, if I follow this excitement, and it turns out, oh well, the thing that I was excited about,
Yes.
this idea, that it would just be, you know, I
Yes.
would be going down a goose chase to nowhere,
So,
and so I'm afraid.
you would find a goose at least.
Yeah,
And do you not refer to the goose that laid the golden egg in your stories?
true.
So the idea is that if you look at that as part of the positive experience, don't you believe you'll find the golden egg in that path as well? Because isn't the golden egg finding out something that is not you so that you more clearly know what is?
Very much.
So it's part of your story. It's not a waste.
True.
Again, when you understand story structure, you would automatically know that that's part of the story and not a waste of time. You need to understand story structure. What you call red herrings and other animals that you use in your stories often provide the idea of seemingly going in a direction you don't prefer to, but wind up surprising you by giving you information you didn't expect, that you need for the rest of the story that represents the direction you do prefer.
That seems to be happening. That's what's been happening to me the last couple months.
Look at it as a detective story.
That's what it seems like. I keep getting little bits more information like,
Yes.
what is this? You know, like,
So even though it may not necessarily represent the path ultimately that you prefer, you're still going to find a clue at the end of that path. And it's going to help you down the road later on. If you use it that way, if you just think it's a waste of time, if you just label it in your story as a waste of time, you will come up empty.
yeah, my heart knows it's not a waste of time.
Then why don't you listen to your heart in your story?
I think, like I said, at least I've allowed it to be this negative belief of wasting time.
All right,
and
but
also,
you're not doing that now, yes? You're not going to do that from this point forward, yes?
I don't wish to, no.
Well, then you're not going to, yes? Or if
Yes.
you do, it's going to be all right that you did, and you can go, oh, well, I did that again, so what? And move on, yes? Isn't that the kind of story you would prefer to have? Yes or no? It's up to you. You can
Yes,
say no.
Very much making a positive experience out of it.
Well, because you
regardless.
can make a positive experience out of everything, yes?
That's what I would prefer.
Well, then do that, yes?
Yes.
Is that the story you would rather tell yourself?
Yeah.
Then that's the story you will tell yourself, yes?
Yes. I mean, there's some hesitation, but
All right.
That's what I prefer.
All right. So you can say, I will tell myself this story, even though sometimes I may hesitate. That is the story I will tell myself, even with the hesitation. And the hesitation will only help me tell that story even more strongly, because I know that the hesitation is part of my story and not an interruption in my story. I'll use the hesitation as part of my challenge, as part of my story. Isn't that exciting?
Yes.
All right. Does that help you?
That does.
Yes. What other stories have you got?
I guess with this
You
specific
guess,
one,
you guess, you guess.
no more guessing. With this specific, I don't know, with this task and these beliefs that I'm holding on to out of fear, it just seemed, I know, it almost like there's this too good to be true element to it.
Too good to be true.
Too amazing. Too
amazing to be
fantastic.
true. Too fantastic to be true. Well, that's a story. Do you want to live that story, that something is too good to be true?
Yeah.
You do want to live that story?
I mean this.
That something is too good to be true?
No, not too good to be true, but that the story I wish to tell.
Yes.
Regardless.
Have you ever had anything in your story happen to you that you felt was very, very, very good?
Yes, more and more so lately.
Well, if it happened once, why should it not be capable of happening again and again and again? If it happened once, why wasn't that too good to be true? Why didn't you tell yourself the negative story then? Why did you allow such a good thing to be happening in your story if you didn't believe that good things can happen?
That's a good question.
Thank you. Is that question too good to be true?
No.
So you see, it's all about understanding story structure so that you understand how to ask yourself questions about your own story. You understand? Just like we did. You recognize that your own story does contain things that you did not believe were too good to be true, so you allowed them to be experienced. But if you did it then, what's the difference between that and any other thing? Maybe it would be more helpful for you, instead of talking about whether something is too good to be true or not, to simply allow your story to understand what is most relevant to your story. Because there may be things that are not relevant to your story experience, but you don't have to label them as being too good or not good enough.
I remember you mentioned that to somebody at the San Francisco event, and then I was pondering, I was like, well, it seems really, really relevant if it's true.
then the idea that you can begin to understand in redefining these things is that if something seems really, really relevant, that's another way of saying that it is true, or it wouldn't feel relevant. Do you understand? Relevance is truth. Relevance is the vibration that is aligned with your truth. That's why it feels relevant. Otherwise, it wouldn't feel relevant. It wouldn't be your truth. But if it feels relevant, that's synonymous with, it aligns with your truth, or it wouldn't feel relevant. So if it feels really, really, really relevant, then it's really, really, really reflective of the true you. For you. It may not be true for someone else, but if it feels relevant for you, it's true for you. It's a synonymous definition, if you allow it to be. Instead of separating it and saying, well, it feels really relevant, but is it true for me? You're contradicting the idea, the very definition of relevance. You understand?
I like that.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's why, again, it's so important to be clear about your definitions and be aware of what definitions you're already giving something. Pick it apart. Examine it in your story. Find out how you are labeling things. Because when you understand the labels you're giving to things, you'll understand why you may be confused about things, because you're applying confusing labels that don't allow you to extract what you need from every situation. As you have just given us this perfect example in your story. By supplying a different label to relevance other than the label that it represents the true you, you've created a separation, you've created a confusion. But by consolidating and integrating it back together and going, wait a minute, how can it possibly be relevant to me? How can it possibly feel relevant if it isn't true? By understanding the underlying nature of existence, which is the same thing as underlying story structure, you'll be able to see right through these illusions that you create and understand the labels that you're applying to things, and thus change them when you see that they don't work for you. Does this help?
Very much.
You have a different story now then?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh,
yes.
Real quick.
Yes.
I didn't know if you've happened to had a chat with what I call Dave by any chance lately.
Define Dave.
At least the consciousness I seem to be.
A guide?
I don't know. He just described himself as a consciousness that I've been verbally channeling, just mostly for myself.
And?
I don't know if you've had any chats with him lately.
I'm having one right now, aren't I?
Right now. Okay. Good enough.
Because Dave is an aspect of your own consciousness.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So? Is there something Dave wants to tell you?
Yeah. I'm not. I don't
what
know.
does Dave want to tell you?
Go follow
Since
my
you
story.
brought up, since you brought up Dave, what does Dave want to tell you? What's the story Dave is telling you?
The one he's been telling me.
Which is?
All the stuff he's been telling me to actually act on it.
So, why aren't you listening to Dave?
Good point.
And the answer is? Why haven't you been listening to Dave? And the answer is?
Oh, mainly because I've...
You don't trust Dave, do you?
Not totally, no.
Why not? You think Dave is out to deceive you?
No, he's been very loving, very helpful, bringing me amazing information. And
then why don't you trust what Dave is saying?
I think because what I'd said earlier, it's too good to be true, or that I'd be wasting my time if I actually followed it. So
if things were too good to be true, why would you even consider the idea or construct the idea of talking to someone named Dave?
I didn't even try to do it. It just...
But you accepted it.
Yeah.
Why? Wasn't that too good to be true?
It's been fun.
Oh, fun.
It has been fun.
So you'll allow it to be true if it's fun. Yes? No? What? Will you allow things to be true if they're fun? Yes or no?
Yes.
Well, then,
Make
have
it fun.
fun.
All right.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate
Bye, Dave.
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day. What's your story, sweetheart?
My story is that I am very much bound to my fellow beings. And
Bound to your fellow beings.
Yes, very much so. And so,
What does that mean in your definition, in your story?
well, I choose to exist in the earth that the collective consciousness exists in.
Well, to some degree, yes, obviously, or we wouldn't be having this conversation in this
Right.
way. And so,
And I'm very much interested in bringing information, mostly through science.
all right,
I also have certain knowings.
yes.
And I was wondering if you would be able to help me tell my story by getting a little information.
On what?
And what I would like to know is, I know
One moment.
that...
Do you understand story structure at all?
I would like to say yes.
What archetype at this moment in your question to me, thus then, do I represent to you?
I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
A mentor.
Right.
All right. More than a hint, though, wasn't it? Gave it all away. Gave the whole story away. All right. Well, all right. Not all of it. Ooh. Some mystery still exists. Because a good story needs a little mystery, doesn't it? Yes. So do continue.
Okay.
What is it that you wish some assistance with now that you have sought out and questioned the mentor archetype?
I know that we don't need to eat
Well, yes, you do.
food.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Well,
Most of you do.
Okay. Well, I have this knowing
Yes. That it may
For
be
me.
possible, that it may be probable that some of you may change yourselves so as to not require that kind of sustenance. Yes,
Right.
that's possible. How probable it is depends upon the path you have chosen to explore. Sometimes those kinds of things, even though they may seem to be desirable, simply aren't relevant for the theme that you chose to explore in this life. You have to determine that for yourself by the synchronicity that shows up in your life.
Right. Well, for me, it's prevalent. And
All right.
one of the things that is the information I'd like to know is how I'm able to tap into the energy source to sustain myself, not at this point, but more so as, I grow.
Well, number one, living in the moment. Because all the energy you will ever tap exists only in the now. So, the less fragmented you are in that context, the more you focus yourself in the present, the more you'll be capable of tapping that energy because you'll be existing on a higher level frequency. And when you allow yourself to vibrate on a higher level frequency, you become a more receptive antenna to higher level frequencies of energies on different planes of existence that can then sustain you, and you will automatically not feel so much need for other forms of sustenance.
Okay.
So the more you live in the moment, the less, in a sense, you experience the idea of time and space in that way, the more you will tap into higher frequency energies that will provide enough sustenance for you.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Well, all right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Good day, Bashar.
And you good day. What is your story?
Well, I had a lot to write before I came, and my story is my journey to be in this workshop. My story has been answered. My questions have been answered.
Oh, all right.
By you and by a lot of people in this room.
By you, too.
And by me, too.
Because remember, what are you experiencing when you experience us?
Myself.
Thank you. We are simply reflecting your higher mind back to you, using our personality as a mask to trick you into talking to your own higher mind.
Yes, and my higher mind and myself had that discussion before we came.
Yes.
And it's just been awesome to dive into just myself.
Yes.
And follow my excitement.
Yes.
And being led by the synchronicities.
Yes.
And the parachutes that have taken me to where I am
that have
now,
automatically popped open when you took the leap of faith.
when I took the leap of faith.
Yes.
Which landed,
of course, which is not exactly faith, but true knowingness and understanding that the parachute does exist.
Exactly. And that way I don't fear the unknown because I know my parachute will always be there. And
Because
it will open
what
more
will you
on time.
discover in the unknown?
More of myself.
Exactly. You see, you're remembering many things at the same time.
Exactly. The parachute has landed me in Lancaster.
Oh, all right.
And I was listening to one of your CDs, and you talked about the vortex in Lancaster.
Yes.
And I would like to give for you more information about what that is.
Why would you want to get it from me when you can simply be in the vortex and get your own information? Why would you need a second-hand experience instead of a first-hand one?
I guess I don't. I didn't know if it was any central location or is it all over? Or is it where I
There
landed?
are nodal points within the overall vortex that resonate at different frequencies. If you simply follow your own instincts, you'll find yourself guided to the nodal point that resonates at your frequency. And that will be the correct spot for you.
Well, okay. That makes sense.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Where I live is one of them. Is one of them.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
What a coincidence that you should choose to live there.
It was. Exactly. It
But
was
not an accident, yes?
Not at all.
Well, there
my
you go.
My higher self was already there. I just
All
raised
right.
my vibration to get there.
So you had even already answered this question.
I sure did.
Yes. Just checking your story facts?
Oh, yes.
Are you?
Confirmation. When
All
I come
right.
talk to you, it's all about confirmation.
All right. You are confirmed.
Thank you.
A confirmed storyteller.
I am.
All right.
From yesterday, I got from yesterday that the process is really a permission slip of manifestation, just like
The process is its own event, and all experiences in events are permission slips, yes.
so once we are in the process of like building a house,
Yes.
and we have built the house, gone through that process, then we no longer need that process if we choose to let it go, and that's how the house appears.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you know the house is already built. The idea of choosing to build a house is simply your choice to experience the event called building a house. But whether you choose that or not, the event of the house already exists.
Exactly.
And whatever methodology your belief system believes it needs to get you to change into the vibration where you align with the event, with the reality where the house already exists, is fine. Some of you, simply because of your idea of belonging to a consensus reality, have belief systems that make you believe that you need to go through the event, experience the event called building the house, before you will allow yourself to change into the frequency where the house already exists. But you don't have to do that, no.
So once you have the process, you can let that go.
Once you understand what it's for, once you allow that experience of what you call the process of that event to help you change your belief systems in certain ways, then yes, you can let the need for experiencing that event go.
Okay.
To whatever degree this process event still remains, maybe the degree to which you wish to hold on to it for a variety of other reasons that actually do serve you and other people. But yes, it is potentially possible to not experience that particular event called process at all. But some of you want to, because you learn things from it. But you can reduce it, yes.
Or you can reduce it in some instances, like
You can eliminate it in some instances, you can reduce it in some instances, you can keep it in some instances. You just have to determine what it is you actually are getting out of having that event experience. But just don't see it as a means to an end. See it as its own event experience. Building the house has nothing to do with the experience of having the house. They are two separate realities, but sometimes you may need to experience the event called building the house in order to allow your belief systems to change your vibration into the event called having the house. But no, you don't need to do that empirically. It's not mechanically required necessarily. It just depends upon the theme you've chosen to explore that determines how much of that event you need to experience.
So it's like if you can't drive and you learn how to drive, once you know how to drive, you don't think about the process of everything that goes into it. You just drive.
And in fact, your automobile is a very good analogy for the idea of the story structure issue and belief system issue, because you know that in your automobiles you have the idea of shifting, whether it is manual or automatic, doesn't matter at the moment, and you have the idea of your accelerator and you have the idea of your brake. Well, anytime you align with the idea of belief systems that are in alignment with your truth, you're pressing on the accelerator. Anytime you are believing in things that are out of alignment, you're pressing on the brake. The idea is that you're always shifting gears, going from one reality to another. You used to do this manually. You used to have to really think about it. But when you invented the idea of automatic transmissions, that was an archetypal symbol that you were allowing the idea of shifting to become more automatic in your consciousness. So now it's just a matter of choosing whether to step on the accelerator or step on the brake, as befits the kind of belief systems you're buying into, because you are your vehicle.
Or press cruise control.
Cruise control.
I like cruise control
Oh,
myself,
all right,
you know
yes.
what I'm saying?
That is now a choice that is available to you, because once your technology invents something, it's because your consciousness has already understood that concept. And thus you now have a reflective symbol, an archetypal symbol in your physical reality to represent the new concept in your consciousness. So if cruise control is that which allows you to truly allow yourself to know you're functioning on automatic, and you'll arrive at the right place at the right time, and you don't even have to worry about stepping on the gas or stepping on the brake, that the car will move ahead, that your vehicle, you, will move ahead in perfect timing on cruise control, then you have allowed yourself to use that archetype in a very beautiful, analogous way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, the storytelling, it's synonymous to me. The thing that I like about the Bible is the fact that it's the stories.
Yes.
And I was never drawn into, well, I was, but as I was growing out of the limitations of it, the stories is what carried me, because I knew that I also had a story, and those stories were just to lead me and to understand that I had a story.
Yes, because you're going to hear a story and you're going to interpret the story according to your own story beliefs.
Exactly.
And that's why people can hear the same story and have many different interpretations. Just pick the one that works best for you. Many of the stories in that sense thus are holographic in nature. That's also the beauty of story structure. The template is holographic in nature. So what archetypal elements you choose to add in the story can be interpreted by anyone according to their story.
Yes, yes, yes. So you being a storyteller for the Sasani,
yes.
that means that
that's the planet. The people are
Sasani. For the Sasani people.
Yes.
So the stories that you're getting from us,
yes.
you're translating to them. So
yes.
it's like we're living Bibles kind of thing.
Yes, you
Bible
are.
stories.
Yes, you are.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
Yes, it is. Want to say it again?
That's awesome.
Yes, it is. So are you. But one moment.
Okay.
Rather than being just awesome, which is having some awe, you would want to be full of awe, which makes you awful.
To a lot of people, I am awful, but that's because I carry the truth.
There you go.
Yeah.
Full of awe.
Full of awe. All right. Well, thank you, Bashar.
Thank you. Now, please remember when you say the truth, all truths are true. That's what the truth is. All truths are true. Your truth is true for you. Other people's truths are true for them. And together, all truths make up the truth. And that's the truth.